you're capable of giving to the world?
I think everybody experiences imposter syndrome. Everybody. And I'll give an example. In 2014, I was the head of content for MTV. Then it was kind of big TV, and I led the campaign for the band. The band used to do something called lip sync battle with a lady called Peltusi in South Africa. So I've done a lot of work behind the scenes, and I remember that season of he was the guy. Like when he comes, African Michael Jackson do like this everything. And 4 years ago, 3 years ago, there's a business meeting. I'm in a hotel, and there are younger artists that are way younger than him, and they're asking him to open for them. And right there and there, I said, the same feeling can happen to me. Why? For example, I grew up in the days where we do designs on PowerPoint and all that, and now there's AI, there's tech. There are better creatives than me. There are better guys who can churn out work. So everybody, I go through imposter syndrome. At some point, I'm working with T.Y. Bello. She feels, you know T.Y. Incredible, and then she's checking her images and people are using Midjourney AI, and she's like, "Boy, am I still the one?" But I think the way to solve imposter syndrome is not to deny it, is to own it, to love it, is to tell it, my brother, dear imposter, I'm gonna be the best this season. Is to use it to spoil you. Once you deny it, you bring in wrong energy. But once you own it, so imposter syndrome is not a bad thing. It's a reality. It is a reality because there'll be more technology. There'll be more. So if you deny it, it's going to bring the worst out of you. But if you own it, if you understand it, it's a good friend to have.
Fantastic. Please a round of applause for that. Okay, so now the next person I'm going to is Pamela. You're in the best position to answer this question. I remember I had you as a guest, I don't know if you remember, on my Instagram live during COVID when we were doing Instagram lives, and my questions were just focused on so many questions people had for you. You were trending on Twitter. You know, you faced a lot of criticism. People were calling you this, calling you that. You had to answer a lot of questions, right? And I've seen you grow over the years. I mean, that was in 2020, and now this is 2024. And you've grown past that familiarity. And I know that resilience have helped you come this far. I also know that you put in the work with personal growth. And you have a way to manage criticism. Not everyone has that tough skin. So you tell us if you have the tough skin or there's something you do. So let's go into how you stay resilient, how you've navigated your personal growth to become who you are now. I mean, being the CEO of Kamini Capital, and how you manage criticism and rumors. Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So for me, I think I realized that no matter what people talk, it's either it's true or not. You can't actually stop it from talking. You think you are the best after the lovers. Trust me, people have issues for the fact that you are the best thing after the lovers. You think everybody loves you. You see someone you look up to and you can die for, and people are abusing this person online. You're like, what's going on? So anybody, no matter how big, how small, how you think everybody loves this person, you'll be so shocked that you shall see some random accounts saying terrible things about them. Like, is this not the same person we all love? It will be surprising how the person the entire world loves, and the next thing everybody is going against the person. Sometimes I know some people that wants to be, they look up to DJ at some point. Now you will never see them talk about DJ anymore. That's what happens. So the moment you realize that no matter how good you are, people will talk. No matter how bad you are, there are people that love you. for being bad. So the moment you realize that you cannot be too good for everyone and people will always talk, the better for you. So the better is to live your life for yourself. Let them talk today. See, I tell you one thing is, people will talk. When it's too much for you, drop your phone, go and sleep. Come back in 12 hours. Trust me, they're writing someone else. They've forgotten about you for that minute. They may remind you after 3 months to repeat the same. Let it be cycle. So for me, they drag me every. I'm so used to it. When it comes, I like. So if you don't drag guys as a problem, you don't drag me too much.
Wow, you enjoy
What's
it.
going on? Yeah, because it's normal. The moment you see it as let them talk, they will always talk. Trust me, you'll be fine.
Okay, great. What you just said now would lead me to my next question. You said you enjoy it. Does it have any effect? You said it's numbers. So does it have any financial effect for you? Why do you enjoy it? Why are you always looking forward to the dragging?
I enjoy it. I just said I'm used to it.
Okay.
Because they will always talk regardless.
Yeah.
So why try to debunk this, debunk that, and at the end of the day, they're talking about you, Abby. So someone there's a quote that says, oh, I do it for you. The moment they don't talk about you anymore, there is a problem. People will always talk. The way they're talking about you, that means you're relevant. That means you are in vogue. Allow them to do it. Let them publicity for you. Let them talk on your behalf. And you just sit down and chill.
But do you ever break down?
Maybe at first, I'll be very honest.
Maybe at first, have you ever broken down?
Yes, I've cried.
Because you're sounding like you're not a human being.
No, I've cried.
You cried.
At some point, I felt like.
When was the last time you cried?
About people dragging me. Maybe
Yeah.
like 2018, 2019.
Wow, you built tough skin.
Yeah, so we'll move past that.
Fantastic. Dr. Foy, have you experienced anything that made you cry online? Have they dragged you?
Not really. No, and the one that is just me. I don't want your problem.
It's ex people that always get dragged.
I don't want your problem. But I'll say that the world we are in, it's called an open court. Before you are even judged innocent, you are dragged. I think that some people have the skin for it. I think that is good business, but the problem is that most times those who are dragged that are not guilty of the drag, it's not funny. It's not funny. I'm on X at me. I'm on X. I don't want to drag. That person has a spirit. Because somebody in Mushin that has only one follower.
Okay, so I want to ask Pamela quickly. You confirmed that you cried in 2018. So I want to know how you got over that. Because people are listening. Some people are just getting to that phase of crying when being dragged. And this criticism thing, it may not be online. It might just be amongst your friends. You created something and you're not getting the support that you looked forward to getting from your friends. Instead, they give you a negative feedback and you feel so bad as an emotional creative that you are. So how did you get past that? And how would you advise creative to get over that dark season?
So I know some people don't like sharing their bad moments with people. But I know there's sometimes about Nigerians who like to therapy. I say therapy. So I had conversations over time. I had lessons. I had seasons. I was going to classes. Even when it was very inconvenient, and I grew from someone that doesn't like to talk to someone. Because I always tell people that I can be in front of you. You can ask me 100 questions. If what I want to tell you, I'll tell you. But at that point in time, I had to, see my whole body. This is it. So I had to open up to someone, and I had to trust one person, and that was what helped.
Good. I like that you said you went for therapy. A round of applause for you, please. Because Nigerians, they don't really buy into therapy. I mean, I host and produce the Victory Wilson show, bringing therapy to people because people find it hard to go for therapy. That's where Doctor comes in. So Doctor, being that you have creatives all around you and you're focused on helping creatives live a well-balanced life and maintaining a healthy mental health. Let's talk about balancing roles, expectations. Creatives, most times they're always anxious. What do I need to post? I need to post now. I need to do this now. I need to create this. I need to evolve. You know, you see other people, your peers, they're doing something and you feel like your life is stagnant. How would you advise them to help balance those expectations, anxiety, and just live a healthy life mentally?
All right, thank you. I think that my first response to that question would be, to thyself be true. What is your why? Is your why for the applause? Is your why for people to love you? Is your why because you want to genuinely make an impact? And I think that when people start to live beyond themselves, so when you have a course that is set beyond yourself as a human being, then you are living life. But the honest truth is that in this day and age, people just want to, again, a lot of people in this day and age are satisfied largely by what we call the id, the pleasure principle. What is in it now? What can I get now? What are the rewards now? What now people? So we're not people who are waiting for, a lot of us can delay gratification. And so I think that when young people and young creatives or even older creatives can go back to ask themselves, what is my motive? What is my why? Why am I doing this? Is it for the short term or is it for the long term? I think that will help a lot. It's not out of place to have anxieties, stress. And I was listening to him talk and you were saying you got dragged on Twitter. I remember getting dragged by a patient. And the patient just looked at me one day and said, "Doctor, do you know that you're very incompetent?" And it hurt. But I also knew that that person was speaking from a place of pain. And that person needed help. So understanding that the only person that you're in control of is yourself. You can't control over God knows how many millions of people hiding behind, most times, very cheap phones and cracked screens. Who are saying very negative things to you.
With 100 gigabytes.
Yes, and waiting till the data expires. So we also need to realize that we live in a world that is full of hurt and pain. And a lot of people are looking for people to unleash it. When he was speaking, I thought about the fact that the good book tells you that when Jesus walked into Galilee, if I'm right, they said, "Hosanna, Hosanna." A few days later, it was the same people that said, "Crucify him." Nobody loves you forever. People will just love you for a season and for a while. And when the spotlight and the attention moves, they move somewhere else. So what does that mean for creatives? Love yourself. Self-love is the best love. If you don't have it, you can't give it. You need to be self-assured. You need to, look at yourself and tell yourself, it's not about the applause of the world. It's about the fact that I know myself, I own my craft, and I'm able to continually do the best. Of course, we'll always talk about, paying attention to your physical health, your mental health, but my conversation always goes back to the identity. Who are you? What are you here for? Why do you do the things you do? Do you love yourself? Are you kind to yourself? Are you compassionate to yourself? And how can you show yourself kindness as I round up? You should be kind with the thoughts that you have about yourself. If your own thoughts are negative, why should anybody like you? You should be kind with your talk to yourself, regardless of what is going on around you. And most importantly, be kind with your behavior, including the kind of people that you surround yourself with and the kind of activities that you lend yourself to. Thank you.
Thank you. Are we following? Creatives, are we following? Okay, we're about to wrap this up because we've said pretty much everything. And because of time, I like the way we sum everything up. So now to you and Dr. Foy, Pamilari. So I want you to give us your final words as regards handling rejection. We've talked about criticism. So just your final words on handling rejection.
I think rejection is not a bad thing. Because, for example, I'm a doctor, I read medicine in school, I practiced as a doctor. And for a long time, my parents were like, "Guy, this is not what, I'll go for a meeting, I was doing well." And my dad would say, "I met my son, Dr. Floyd." I'm like, "I'm not practicing in years." I think rejection is only as much as you give it. People might not understand you. People might not understand you. People might not fully grasp what you're about. But if every time there's an emotional charge to how people respond to you. Now, let me give an example. A definition is a handle you give people. They can say, you can say Foy has a Christian music label with Sunday music. That's just one of my definitions. I also did a fantastic event in Africa. But if people's definition of you limits you, come on. So you have to have your identity. You have to. That's one. Number two, I've worked with a lot of creatives, the best, Nigeria and the world. Listen, guys. Emma stays in my street. He says tomorrow will come. It's a law of life. There was a time where Emma was the guy. He's still the guy to me. I don't care about these people. But the truth is that, see, Emma is rapping with Nasboy. Yes. In 2-3 years ago, would that happen? Let's be real. So if you can't adapt, when they reject you, take it. If you can adapt, when they what? So you have to understand that tomorrow will come. Tomorrow will come means that a new era will come. If you can submit yourself to the era, or understand how to enjoy and move with the era, anything you see, you get.
Amazing. Thank you. That was even speaking to me. Do not let people's opinion of you define who you are, and know yourself. It takes you a long way. All right, Pamela.
So I'll just add to what he said, and I'll tell you that getting a no is normal. Trust me, it's normal. Now, what you will not stop doing is keep trying. By the time you try, before you get to 100, just will get yes. And one thing you should realize that if he says no to me today, it will be written on my forehead. If you say no tomorrow, nobody will know. If you say no next tomorrow, nobody will know. Keep trying. Where you now fuck up is where you now give up. You get it? So continue trying till you get that yes. And trust me, collect no today, cry. Collect tomorrow, cry. When you get your yes, you will be happy. They will say there's a clinical adjustment study, maybe not in Nigeria. Try. But try. Okay. So the moment you keep trying, as long as you don't give up and fuck yourself up, you are good to go. Just keep trying.
Like it goes without saying, now who give up? Now who give up? So